Hello everyone. For a long time I've wanted to do something like this. I wanted to teach a song start to finish in the psychobilly style. As I mentioned always, and I'm sure you guys are aware, there's not a lot of guys teaching this stuff. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play through Gargoyles over Copenhagen. I'm not going to sit here and play through the whole song. I'm going to play each section for you quickly just now, and then we're going to go through them. So we're going to start with the intro. I'll quickly also explain the chords. So if you were just playing a simple version of the song, you'd be playing a C major bar chord, okay, or you could just play a power chord, which is from the 8th fret there. So if you want to do the major chord, 8 on the 6th string, and working my way down. So we've got 8, 10, 10, 9, and barring 8 and 10. That's a C major bar chord, okay? Then we move that chord back to, we've got a B flat major bar chord. Then we play from the 5th string, working our way down, 6, 8, 8, 8. So that was, when I say working my way down, I'm obviously moving up strings. So 6, 8, 8, 8. Okay, and I use 3 fingers to do that, or you can flatten your 3rd finger. We then play, the power chord works fine from here at the 3rd fret, that's a G sliding into a G5, sliding into an A flat. So that's the main foundation of this entire song. There's a few variations, but I wanted to just give you that basic chord structure and I'm going to play through. So okay, and in the second part of the intro, we're going same thing. Sorry, hang on. Okay. Third part of the intro. And then we're on to the verse, okay? So maybe we'll work through that first, and I'll explain what's going on because it covers off a lot of parts of the song. Now, I've had other videos where I've got complaints for not playing through the entire song, but I'm going to play through that section, teach you that section, and then talk about the rest. Because as I said, it will teach you the majority of the song. And I'm even going to teach the solo and everything, so hang in there. Now, so in the intro here, what we're doing, we're holding the 10th fret at the 5th string and the 4th string. Okay, I'm not going to edit this video, I don't have time at the moment, I just want to get this out there. So please excuse me if I make a few mistakes and have to correct myself. But here we are, we're on the 10th fret of the 5th string, 10th fret of the 4th string, and I'm using my 3rd finger, my pinky. What I might do, let's move this a little closer. All right, cool. So here we are. And what I do is I leave my 1st finger, so this is out of the C chord, by the way. I leave my 1st finger here on the 8th fret, and I strum down on the 5th string and 4th string, and I lift up my pinky to expose this note. So I'm actually holding these two and taking this off when I need to. Okay, this is doing nothing. The 2nd finger is doing nothing. So pick down, and then we lift up. Okay, I like to pick down and up. I think that's a good way to do it. As opposed to you're working too hard, okay? Don't do it that way. To practice it the other way, even if it feels uncomfortable. So after we do that first chord, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2 bars of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next thing we do, we hold flat across the 8th fret, okay, on the 5th string and the 4th string, or the A string and the D string. And I just use my 3rd finger this time, and we're actually doing the same thing. We're playing this note, and then we're playing this note, but I'm holding both of these. So the 3rd finger is down currently on the 10th fret on the 4th string, then we lift it up. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so from the start. Then we move back to the 6th fret, which is the E flat chord, okay? Okay, we're working off that foundation. What we do here, we're playing just the power chord, the 6th fret, and the 8th fret with the 3rd finger on the 5th string and 4th string respectively. we put our pinky on the 10th fret and we do the same lift off as we come up with the pick. So, all right, might be a bit of a stretch for you. Deal with it. Put in the work, you'll get it, I promise. I'd even suggest, you know, practicing to stretch a little further when you're trying to open up those fingers, but make sure your thumb's not over there because that's impossible. Make sure your wrist is bent. If you think about it, there's your reach. If you start going, if you bring these knuckles below the fretboard, you're killing all of your reach. All right, so and then the last thing we do in this section is we flatten our first finger across the 6th fret on the 5th string and the 4th string. So, and we go, so I've got the 6th fret on the 5th string, that's an E flat and an A flat here, and I'm squeezing both. And you've got to be accurate with this hand, okay? You don't want to be hitting extra strings. So, and I'm palm muting slightly, by the way, I should have mentioned that, just slightly. If you're having trouble with that, my advice is karate chop the guitar, lean in. If you've got no palm muting, you need a karate chop a little more over this side of the bridge, okay? So karate chop, roll over, play your notes, should get a little bit of deadness. If it's too dead, you're too far that way, okay? So anyway, back to the chord. So now what we do, we've got these two, down, up, add the 3rd finger on the 8th fret, down, up, add the pinky to the 10th fret if you can do the stretch, then lift them up. So then we finish with an F chord, or F5 if you like. I like to get the extra notes. Sounds good. So that is, I didn't show you this chord before, so this is 8 on the 5th string, 10, 10, 10. Okay, a bit like playing an A chord, or flatten your 3rd finger across the lot. My advice if you're having trouble with any of these things is practice them badly, because, I know it sounds weird, but practice them badly because eventually you'll get the strength from doing that and they'll be stronger and it will be much easier. When I strum that last one, I strum down on the power chord and up on the twice. And I like to hit my hand down. Alright, so I'm going to play that intro for you. Alright, so hopefully now you can go back and work through that. Yeah, that section there. Now, it repeats a very similar thing. Now, obviously this note's in the chord, but we're not really using it. The bass kind of takes care of that, or it doesn't, and it just sounds really good. I believe it's Peter Sandorf who played this. I used to be like really into this band and all this stuff. I hope that I'm right. Peter Sandorf. I think there was a Carl Sandorf. No, now I'm getting confused. But he's the guy that recorded this stuff. I think is an amazing player, very very smart guitar player, and he knew his stuff. He wasn't just a punk guitar player, and you'll see more of that as we go. So at the start here, we're working off the C major, like I mentioned before. This is important because here, okay, we need these two notes. So we're doing the same thing as before. And then after that last down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and hang on, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 on the up, we need these two notes. So my finger's already flat here, so we just add that. We're just basically making that chord now, and we're hitting the 2nd string and the 3rd string. So it's a little tricky, I know that might be a bit confusing. I'm hitting these notes. You can even cheat a bit and go, do our first bit and jump to there and play those two. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. It works. And then we're flat again on just the second, same as part of the intro before. So we're up to where we're doing a chunk of the B flat chord, or the second part. So finish it by flattening our 3rd finger onto the 10th fret of the 2nd and 3rd string. So now that 3rd finger is already hitting that 10. Just roll it down and hit up on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. So okay. Then the next one is the E flat again, the stretchy one. This time we flatten the 2nd finger out and do 8, 8, 8. So okay, and then same as before. right, so we're working, the only difference in this part to before is we're adding these little flicks on these strings. So I'll isolate them, that one, 9 and 8 on the 3rd and 2nd string. Flatten across the 10. Flatten across the 8. Then same as before. Alright, so the next part, which I played earlier, actually forms the chorus. So when you learn this, you've already learnt the chorus. That's why I didn't want to keep going through everything, because it's probably too repetitive. I talk enough as it is. Here we go. So the chorus, you might use the bar chord or you can just use the power chord, it's fine. And then he plays 10 and 10, 8 and 8, and 10 and 10 on the 5th and 4th string. Or you could slide. Okay, and then we go back to here. We repeat that lick. Then E flat. This time we do the stretchy thing. Okay, so not a new idea, you've already learnt this. Okay, and I love this bit. Go up to the 3rd fret from the G5, slide up. So now the picking here I think is pretty important. I go down, and I bring my hand up as I slide without hitting the strings. Okay, try and get that motion down without hitting. You bring it up, down, up. So then I bring the hand down here and I go up, up. Okay. Okay, that's the F5. So that's the whole chorus. That just repeats. That repeats twice, and then and you hit that and you let it ring, and there's your first verse and chorus. There's a lick there. That's the one. Okay, so 8 and 8 with the 1st finger on the 3rd string and 2nd string. Hit both of those down. Squeeze the 10 and 10 on the 3rd and 2nd and flick up. So pull them off. So we're doing double stops. 3rd string and 2nd string, everything at the same time. 8, 10, pull off. Then I would use 2 fingers now, so I can grab both and bend them. This is both on the 10th fret. So you bend them, bring them back, and then pick again. I like to use my fingers for that bit, but that's probably a bit complicated. So that little lick there, bend it, then bend it again, then pick it, and let it down, okay? Hold it, block it with your hand, strum and let it down slowly, and then play that note to finish it off, okay? I know that's a little loose. Obviously, if you were a student sitting with me, we'd spend more time on that, but hopefully you're at a level that's not too difficult, or I've given you something that you're comfortable working on. Now, the good news is that's all the main sections of the song. That all repeats again, and we have the solo. So after we finish the song moves into the key of D minor. Okay, well, it's like a D rock kind of thing. So that's where the solo is. So you'll hear this little shift in the sound of the whole thing. I'm not going to play the D as I go into the solo, so it might sound a bit strange. So, alright, so let me walk you through. I'll play the whole solo. Actually, let me just explain something. He complicates this a little bit. Starts off with this nice, sort of easy one. Then there's a little harder one there. Then this. Back to what's essentially the chorus riff played a little bit more sparsely. that solo, let me walk you through it. I wasn't just going to leave you with it like that. That would be a little bit unfair. So we're playing, after we come off the chorus, we go up to the 6th fret with the 2nd finger. Right, now this riff, I'll show you just the variations of this and they just repeat, okay? So 6, then pick the 7, and you pull off. Then roll back to the 5th fret. So I don't pick any more notes after this one, to there anyway. So you've got to pull that off. Sort of make sure that's held down firm and just peel your fingers off. And if you're worried about popping the string below, my 1st finger has a little bit of a curve in it, and I'm leaning on that 3rd string. Alright, so then we go to the 8th fret of the 5th string, and then we go back to the 5th fret of the 4th string. So plays that 3 times, and then we do the F5. Okay, so 8, 10, 10, and then 10, 12, 12 from the G5. So then we're back here. This one's different. This goes. Okay, so to play that, 6, 7, play 6 again, and hammer the 7 and pull it off. So, and roll to the 5, like that. Then you go to the 8, then you go to the 5, then a normal one. So the second time we do that, after we've played these power chords, okay, and then the 3rd run through, each run consisting of 3 of the licks and then the power chord. So then that's it. This is the 3rd time through. You go 6, 7 and you roll 5 to there. So we're going 6, 7, 5 on the 3rd string. I pick down, because the up takes you back to the 4th string. Okay, it doesn't matter if you can't do that, that's okay. I just recommend it. Then, so after we've just, the second time of that, so then we go back to the riff. Okay, and then we just repeat. Okay, and that's the entire solo. You're going, whoa, whoa, slow down. You can't just finish it like that. Actually, it's everything I showed you in the first part of the solo. That, or you can use Where You Please. That's the whole solo. And then, I don't know if I explained that. Roll to that 7, okay? 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 7, okay? Yeah, okay, I'll just explain that a little closer. So, and roll, okay? Then, at the end of the solo, alright, and you're back to there. So, I'm going to play that whole solo one more time. Too many of those, but you just repeat this, and I like to do it with an up, like that. Hang on. Okay, so the rest of the song uses everything that you've learnt. Okay, it just uses a combination of the verse or the chorus. But there's 2 other really cool guitar bits that he uses, and this is where he gets really clever. Okay, so you can hammer away at those chords. And then you'll hear a part where it kicks in with this. It's one of my favourite psychobilly guitar licks recordings ever. Really clever. So when you hear that guitar coming in the final verse, the final chorus, he's playing 10 and 10 on the middle 2 strings now. Okay, and third finger, he's going on the 12th fret there. Okay, so we're doing the same thing as before, but we're doing it on different strings, different frets, obviously, but it's the same technique. Then, when we drop back and we do similar to what we were doing with the E flat before, so we're playing 10, 10 and 12 at the start on the 3rd string, 10, 10 on the 4th and 3rd, adding the 12 on the 3rd string. Okay. Then we're dropping back, we're playing 8 on the 4th string, 10 on the 3rd string, 12 here, so, and again, we start with the pinky down and we lift it. Then we hold these two. So we're hitting the 8 and the 8, down up, we're adding the 10, we're adding the 12, then we're lifting them both, like that, so. Sorry, yeah, we go up and back like this. Let's get a little closer for you. Like that, yeah. So, 8 and 8, we add the 10 on the 3rd, add the 12, come back to the 10, and we do it again. Except we sort of stop on the 12, and we play one of these, so. Then, this is the tricky little bit. We slide the, well, it was tricky to work out. It's a little bit jazz, this bit. Anyway, 7, 8, we pick them both. Oops, slide up a fret. Okay, so just sliding the 2 up, down, slide, down, up, down. I'll do that again. Then you got the 10, 10 and the 8. Add the 10, strum both these first 2 strings, and add your pinky on the 11 for the last note. Okay, now you're back to. So you don't have to play all the little things, but they sound good too. So. Now when he comes in with that epic part at the end where he's going, Gargoyles over Copenhagen. Oh, I didn't sing it very good, but you get the idea. It actually, he does this really awesome lick. He goes. That's the ending, okay? So that's the entire song. Let me just show you this bit. Let me play from where can I play from? So we've got this bit that goes. Here, C, B flat, C, D, that's on the 5th string, C, D, E flat, B flat, G, E flat, and then do this riff from the G to the A flat. And then you're here. And that's it. That's every part of the song, okay? Now, that's yeah, that's a 25-minute lesson for absolutely free. Of course, if you've come this far and you'd like to donate to Patreon, or check out the links below for the psychobilly bands I used to play in. We actually got to support Nekromantix. That'd be really cool. Otherwise, just let me know what you think and show some appreciation, and I'll feel good. And hopefully you're happy. Yeah, thanks. See you later.